Hello YouTubers. My cousin gave me a ball python. They couldn't take care of it anymore. I was excited to get it. It's not in the best health, but I'm good with reptiles, so I should be able to get it in better health soon. I'm going to be doing a feeding video with it. Ball pythons are from Africa, and they're the most commonly sold snake in the pet industry. I'm going to be doing frozen feeders mostly, but I've got a live feeder for today. You can see it hasn't completely shed all of its skin, which is a sign of poor health, and it's slightly underweight, but I'll get it in good health. Frozen is much safer, but all they had was one frozen and two live, so I got what I could. This is the third time I've fed it since I've had it. I wanted to get a good look at the snake and how it ate before I did a video. I thought it would be a baby ball python, but it's about middle-sized. They get around 5 foot full grown. This one's about medium. It's not as big as my water snake. There we go. Live feeders are always dangerous. They can give a nasty bite before the snake subdues them. I don't have to worry about fish and frogs hurting the water snake. Poor little guy. I've had him a while. This is sad. I fed it the first one when I first got the snake. Then I fed it the frozen one next time it was hungry. And I saved this one for a video. And don't worry, the water dish is not dirty. That was my water snake's old water dish. She outgrew it completely. And those are stains I couldn't get clean. Ball pythons do like climbing. When I get a chance to move it into a bigger aquarium, I will give it a few sticks to climb. I've had the mouse for 2 weeks. It was well taken care of. Poor little guy. I had gotten it nice and fat. And unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be any bites, so the snake didn't get injured. When I get the proper equipment, the right lights, and a heat pad, I will probably put this snake inside since it's not native. But right now it's too cold in the house and it doesn't have a heat pad, so it's better to have it outside. I recommend using a pad. Heat rocks can get too hot and injure your reptile, but I've never had any trouble with heat pads. The UV light got broke on the trip over here when they brought it to me, so it's just got an LED right now. I'll also get a UV light when I get a chance. She definitely got a good home. I'll take good care of this python, get it back in top shape in no time. Many people don't know everything they need to take proper care of a reptile. I've got a lot of experience. I'll probably try and feed it about once a week till it puts on just a little weight, and then I'll start feeding it twice a month, every other week. And don't worry, when it's finished eating, I'll put the cave back in there. Snakes love hiding. It makes them feel safe and secure. I always recommend getting a hide for your reptile, somewhere they can duck away. Hopefully after I've had it for a bit, it starts shedding one solid healthy piece, like both of my banded water snakes. Down she goes. Unusual for ball pythons, this one showed a little bit of aggression at first. It might not have been handled much, but I've already got it a lot more docile. They have long backwards curved teeth, so if you're ever accidentally bitten, you can't yank your hand out, you need to push it in to get it out. With a larger python, if you're ever bitten, you can put a little bit of alcohol or perfume in its face and it will let go of you immediately, but that wouldn't be necessary with such a small snake. Doesn't she have a cute face? And I won't handle her for a few days after feeding, same with the banded water snake. But at least this snake doesn't mind being handled. Haze hates being picked up. Haze isn't aggressive, but most banded water snakes don't like being handled, one of the reasons they're not more popular in the pet industry. Instead of wrapping this up here, I'm going to throw a toad to the banded water snake real quick. And don't worry, YouTubers, not trash. Cans for the scrapyard. I may get a separate feeding aquarium for the python, but Haze doesn't try to bite. I always tap the glass before I feed her, so she knows when the glass gets tapped, it's food time. When the glass isn't tapped, I can safely put my hands in here without her trying to strike at me. She'll show you how it's done. She should put this toad down much faster. As banded water snakes get older, they get darker. So it's harder to see her bands. But you can make out her bands really good right after a fresh shed. She's definitely a healthy specimen. I've had her quite some time. She's a deal bigger than the python, but the python may end up a little thicker when it's full grown. Neither of these snakes are cannibalistic, but since it's a non-native snake, it might not be safe to put them together, so I'll keep them separated. I wouldn't want Haze to give a disease or parasite that she's immune to the python. Until next time, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. Next video should be the baby banded water snake eating. Was that good, Haze? I talk to her once in a while like a dummy. Snakes can't hear. They feel vibrations through their bottom jaw.